Okay, today in lesson 86 for math, we are going to be learning about some other kind of word problems. Now, what are some story problems or word problems that we have done before? Bryson, you are right. We have done some more. So what does that mean, Bryson? Yes, it's an addition problem. We had some candy in our hand. We got some more from Mom. How much do we have altogether? So we add those two. Okay? Jed, what's another kind of story problem or word problem we've done? Correct. We have done the some went away. Okay, let's say Jed had 10 pieces of candy, but he gave 6 to Cain. How many does Jet have left? Okay, so in that case, we had to subtract because some went away. He gave some to Cain. So we subtract. Today we're going to be learning about larger, smaller difference problems. Okay, and to start with, we need to figure out what it is we're comparing. So you're taking two things and you're comparing them. You're finding out which one is larger or which one is smaller. Which one is hotter or colder? Longer, shorter, higher, lower, older, younger. Okay, so notice these two columns of words are opposite. And we are taking those words and we are going to work with a story problem. So when we work with larger, smaller difference problems, we're going to have a chart like this or a diagram that kind of helps us to put things in place. So there's a tall rectangle and then there's two smaller ones, and these can be varying heights. Okay? In this case, we're going to be talking about something that's longer, something that's shorter, and then what the difference is. Where have we heard the word difference before? Maylee? Yes, when we do subtraction problems, that is the difference. It tells us what the answer is, okay? Now, in this first example, I have two strips of paper, okay? I have a yellow strip of paper that is 9 inches long, and I have a blue strip of paper that is 3 inches long. Okay, so looking at our little diagram here, how do you think I would do this? Right, my longer one is the yellow one, so that would be like I'm going to put that here. I can't really put it there, but we're going to write the word yellow on the bottom so that we know this is the yellow one, and it is 9 inches long. So I'm going to write that in there to kind of help me remember. Okay, then I have this one. That is the blue one, and it is it the difference, or is it the shorter piece? Yeah, it's the shorter piece. So I am going to write blue over here to know that this is the blue side that we're talking about. And it is 3 inches long. Okay, remember to label it. All right. And then now we have to figure out, well, what is the difference? How do I know what amount is different between these two? And it's like we're combining these two rectangles to make the long yellow one. And so we would write a subtraction problem, okay? So we would say 9 inches minus 3 inches equals, well, that's easy. We know 9 subtract 3 equals 6. And then inches, okay? So if you don't label here, that's okay, but be sure you do over here. And then so our difference is 6 inches. The yellow strip is 6 inches longer than the blue strip. All right, let's do another problem. So if I am going to say, well, this time I want to talk about myself and my mom, okay? If I say I am 66 inches tall, okay, and my mom is just a tiny bit shorter than me, she's 3 inches shorter than I am, okay? So if we're talking about myself and my mom, okay, who is taller? So we're going to go taller here, And then the shorter person is over here. Now, technically, these two would probably be a little different in height because my mom isn't that much shorter than me. She's only, I said, 3 inches shorter than me. So here we have the difference already. And if we want to say my mom was 3 inches shorter than me, how tall did I say I was? Right, I said I was 66 inches. Okay, and my mom is shorter. Now, what would we write on these lines? Okay, we would write Mrs. Vandell, or let's just put Mrs. V, and then my mom. That's who the two things we are talking about. So you put the taller one, the full one that they're talking about, in the tall rectangle, and then the other one we have to decide, did they say, did it say my mom was only 3 inches? No, it said she was 3 inches shorter than I was. So that's the difference there. So this time we're kind of working backwards, okay? We're trying to find out how tall exactly my mom is. Well, we have the two, we know how tall I am, and we know my mom is 3 inches shorter. So again, we can subtract. 66 minus 3 equals, okay, 63. Very good, Claire. Okay, so 63 what though, Claire? Yes, inches. So my mom is 63 inches tall. All right, so sometimes they give us this number, sometimes this. It just depends. We have to think about it carefully. Don't let these fool you, boys and girls. They're easy if you take your time and figure out what two things we're comparing or what two things we're talking about, and then placing them in the correct spot. Okay, we're going to go on to that worksheet that was in your packet, and I will hang mine up.